Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Devil's Digest postgame show following Arizona State's 73-61 win over Washington State. My name is Justin Lastratoso. Alongside myself is Caleb Campero. And Caleb, let's rewind a week ago today. Arizona went to Tucson, got blown out by 45 points. And then that next Thursday, hosted Washington, one of their lower-level teams in the Pac-12 this season. Lost in an overtime thriller, but were down big in that first half. Bobby Hurley said he's never been more furious, but also happy at the same exact time after that loss. And then 48 hours to recuperate against one of the best teams in the entire nation as of right now. Just beat Arizona down the street 48 hours ago. And this is a big win for Arizona State, arguably their biggest of the season. What did ASU do tonight to sort of silence all the doubters and come out big?
I think it's definitely one thing, and that one little idea that you want to bring up is well-roundedness. Usually it's all the Frankie Collins show, or there's some guy that kind of sticks out in a win like this, but ultimately this team played together tonight. There was 5 different guys with steals, 4 different guys in double digits, 2 more with 9 points, right on that double-digit margin. It was just the well-roundedness of the team tonight that really got it done. When you have multiple guys that are having an impact, it's going to spread a defense out. It's going to make guys double think about who's going to take a shot, who's going to drive to the rim. Ultimately, when you have all of those problems going for you, it's a pretty good case, for Arizona State tonight.
Yeah, Caleb, and one of the biggest trends for this Arizona State team throughout the entire season has been letting teams go on runs. ASU will play a good 25 minutes of basketball and then a bad 4 to 5 minutes, and after that, it's pretty much game over. But tonight, ASU, they put their foot on the gas pedal, and they did not let off, playing with that intensity. And throughout the entire season, it's been you either step up or you crumble for this ASU team, and tonight they definitely stepped up.
No, absolutely. It's been kind of the troubling things for ASU this year. We saw it against Washington the first time they played. We've seen it with many teams this season, but whenever Washington State had a run today, ASU had the answer. Washington State got off just a couple of points ahead to start the game. ASU came back with a run. Later, Washington State came back with the run. Then ASU responded to still have that lead at halftime. In the second half, Washington State came out the gates firing on all cylinders, but then eventually ASU, with the talent spread out tonight, just kind of gained their traction back, went on a run to kind of end the game, and then that was all she wrote tonight. So it was definitely a flip of the script, if you will, from some things that we've usually seen throughout the season. But again, it kind of goes back to the well-roundedness. They weren't looking for a run from one person. They were looking for a run with 5 people collectively on the floor tonight, and it really did just kind of flip the script for this ASU team and ultimately getting their first win against a ranked opponent this season.
Yeah, first win against a ranked opponent. Not a lot of time left to play in the season, so this won't be adding really much onto their NCAA tournament resume. However, next up on the calendar is U of A. They're coming to Tempe this time around. Again, a week ago today, Arizona State lost by 45 points to the Wildcats, the biggest loss against that program in ASU history. Caleb, it might be a shot in the dark for ASU to win this game, but they just beat the team that just beat the Wildcats. So what's Arizona State going to have to do to come out, close out the season at DFA and send the fans home happy?
Well, I think firstly, whenever you have a home court advantage, that's always huge. And, Arizona State, I don't have the numbers directly off the top of my head, but has played better at home. Obviously, they beat a really good team tonight in Washington State. But I think that's going for you first. But, again, you're going to have to contain Omar Ballo, the 7-foot center for Arizona. That's going to be number one. He is their just main focal point in the paint, their main focal point of the team besides Caleb Love and Pella Larson. So ASU is going to have to try to compete in the paint, which is something that they really, really struggled to do. In that game last week, I think they got outscored by almost 40 points in the paint or something along those lines. So it's going to start up front, with the big guys. We saw Bryant Silabonge have a great game tonight. We saw Alonzo Gaffney, have some timely blocks down the stretch. Although Sean Phillips didn't have a great night points-wise, he was right there playing good defense and had a solid block, at a timely moment as well. So these 3 guys are really going to have to step up, and at the same time, again, a collective effort. A collective effort is what you're going to need to try to beat a top 10 team at that in Arizona. You're going to have the crowd behind you. Obviously, this environment at DFA is always electric when the Wildcats come to town. And at the same time, I think the question for ASU this week is going to be, how much did that loss hurt you? We saw in the press conference, Jose Perez said that was one of the worst losses I've taken. Bryant, when he was asked about it, was just, reflective on what happened and excited for the opportunity at hand. But, are they going to respond? Are they going to play the first 10 minutes that they played against U of A for the entire 40? Are we going to get the same team that played the latter 20 against Washington like we saw today? Today was a complete what's the word I'm looking for? A complete effort from the Sun Devils today, and it's going to have to be replicated on next Wednesday in order for them to even just have a chance against this Arizona team that really does have the talent to do and go deep in March. So
up on Wednesday, next up on the calendar for ASU is U of A, as we just talked about. The final home game for Arizona State of this season. For more on everything Arizona State sports related, go to DevilsDigest.com. Follow Devils Digest on Twitter at Devils Digest. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great night.